Good morning, guys. Good morning. Tammy got me in trouble. She got me in trouble, and I'm going to explain to you how all this worked out, but I'll put it this way. Notice how you guys are up there. You're up there attached to my rearview mirror, which is where my phone should always be, not in my hand, because yesterday I got a ticket because for some reason I decided I was going to hold, well, not for some reason, I always hold my phone in my hand when I'm talking in the truck, and it's against the law in Georgia, as it should be. So I got a ticket yesterday, and when the officer stopped me, he asked me, he's like, do you have any, the reason I stopped you is because you have a phone in your hand. Georgia's a hands-free state. You can't have the phone in your hand or balanced in your lap or anything like that. And I was like, he's like, do you have a reason for what? And I was like, no. I don't have a reason. I didn't have any excuse, guys. I didn't know. I just didn't have any excuse because I was, have you, down here we got a expression called guilty as sin. And I was guilty as sin. There was nothing, I didn't have an excuse. I didn't have a reason. I couldn't say I was on my way to the hospital. He goes, where are you on your way to? I'm like, Tractor Supply. That's not an emergency. So anyway, I just, yes sir, took my ticket and went on. And now that I look back on it, I probably, should have gone with the excuse of officer, are you married? If he said yes, I would have said, well, the reason I have this phone in my hand is because my wife told me that I should never have the phone in my hand, and I was going to get in trouble and I was going to get a ticket. And so because she did that, I had to do it. I had to hold the phone in my hand. If she would have said, Chris, just hold the phone in your hand. Don't put it up there where it's safe and follow the law. Hold it in your hand so you can hear people better, because you're getting old, you can't hear. And I would have said, no, Tammy, no. I'm going to take that phone and I'm going to put it up there where it goes, and I'm going to follow the law and do what I'm supposed to do, and you're not going to make me get a ticket. But no, she had to tell me the opposite. And so because she told me, I just had to be hard-headed and do the opposite. So maybe if I'd have told him that, he would have said, you know what, I'm married, and if my wife had told me to do it, I'd have done the opposite too. So I'm gonna let you by with a warning, a verbal warning. But anyway, I knew. You deal with these state patrol guys now, they're no nonsense business. It's like, there's no mercy from the state patrol. And I knew I wasn't going to get any mercy because I was guilty as sin. So now I got to pay this $50 ticket. And I'm not happy with myself. That's for sure. Because that's stupid. I did something stupid. And what's really stupid is blaming it on your wife on YouTube where she can see it. But you know what? She doesn't always watch my videos. Matter of fact, she probably don't ever watch my videos, so maybe I can get by with it, depending on what I title this video. So I don't know. I don't know what to say other than I'm sorry, state of Georgia, and I don't know. What's so crazy is you have all this stuff on your dash, you have all this stuff on your steering wheel, and the older you get, the harder it is to pay attention, which is why I shouldn't have a phone in my hand. But the older you get, the harder it is to pay attention to everything, and they got so much junk on these dashboards, I don't know how in the world. I mean, and young people, they probably really don't pay attention. There's cameras, there's the music, there's the air conditioner, there's all this stuff that back when I learned how to drive, you didn't have air conditioner, sure didn't have a camera. All you had was If you had a radio that worked in the heat, that's all you had. So there wasn't a whole lot to distract you. But now there's all this stuff. And I don't know how that is legal either. Because if a phone's going to distract you, holding it in your hand, then this other stuff to me would too. But I mean, there's a good reason for the law. The big reason is so that both your hands are on the wheel. And I don't know how many of you keep both hands on the wheel. You're supposed to. I like to try to do what I'm supposed to. I could have used the excuse of I'm trying to see. I can't even think of an excuse now, and it's the next day, and I've had 24 hours to think about it and dwell on it and try to blame people for it, and I can't. All I can blame is myself, because I knew what the law was, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. Anyway, so even if I didn't know about it, I still was held liable for it. I just saw it. I saw a sign in the yard. It said Wildcat Wrestler. And I thought, man, that sounds really dangerous. If you're a Wildcat Wrestler, I don't know if I'd advise to wrestle a Wildcat. Then it occurred to me that the school down here, their mascot is a Wildcat. So if you're in Richmond Hill and you see a sign that says Wildcat Wrestler or Wildcat whatever, they're not wrestling Wildcats. They are wrestling Wildcats, but they're not actually wrestling a real Wildcat. They are a Wildcat themselves, and they wrestle. So don't get nervous. Think we're wrestling Wildcats down here. But anyway, that just kind of took my attention off the whole thing. I need to take my attention off of it. I had a lot going on yesterday, and getting that ticket just put it over the top. And then I had some other issues. I had all kinds of things going on, and I'd like to blame it on Tammy, I mean, and I will. And I called her and I said, guess what happened? She said, what? I said, I got a ticket. I told you you were going to get a ticket. You always hold that phone in your hand, and you don't have to hold the phone in your hand. You can listen. And I was just, okay. And she was right. She was right. I was wrong. See how easy it was for me to say that? I was wrong. See, that's not a problem. For all you people that can't say you're wrong, that's how you do it right there. That's how you do it. Now, you don't have to mean it. You just have to say it. And you have to say it in a way confidently. Say, I was wrong. And then just in your brain think, I wasn't wrong. And then just move on. You don't have to argue. I don't like to argue, period, with anybody. But I really do not like to argue. So I would much rather say, I was wrong. And in my mind think, I wasn't wrong, but I'm not going to argue with you. And I'm outsmarting you, and I'm going to say I was wrong, and then I'm going to do what I want. See how that works. And that seems really cool and a good strategy until you really are wrong. And you know it. And you pay the price. A famous man named Beretta once said, don't do the crime if you can't pay the time. Don't do it. That's what Beretta said. When he sang that song before he had that TV show, and it said, don't do the crime. So he was a great singer, and he was a great philosopher, because you shouldn't do the crime if you can't do the time. So now I have to do the time and call and pay my ticket, because there's a price. Freedom ain't free. Oh, why am I laughing? That's $50. You know what I could have spent? Yeah, for $50, I could have bought shrimp like 3 or 4 times and fished and had fun and did something productive. But now I have to give it to whoever gets that. I don't know if it's the state or the county or whatever, but now I got to give them my money, and I already give them all kind of money, and then they use it to build roads for me to drive on so that I can get a ticket using my phone on the road that they built. It's not my fault. They built the road, and then a guy that they pay, that they take my money and attachment, and they pay that guy to find me using my phone and then giving me a ticket and getting more of my money. This is a trap, man. It's all a trap. And then they tell me how fast I can go on the road that they built with my money and the people that I elected to make decisions for me. It's all fine and dandy until they make a decision you don't like. That's like when I was an assistant principal. Everybody wanted me to make all the kids mind. Make all the kids do what they were supposed to do until I made their kid mind and do what they were supposed to do. Then they didn't like it. They wanted me to make all those other kids mind. So I want the government to make all the other drivers go the speed limit and not use their phones to keep me safe, and then me do what I want to do. See, I can't be like that. I can't be like that. I need to go. I need to follow the rules. And you know what? I'm a changed person. Today, well, I actually started as soon as that guy wrote me that ticket. Tammy was like, she was getting on me, just letting me have it, and I deserved it. And I said, Tammy, I'm a changed person. Believe me, you will not see me holding that phone in my hand from now on. Period. Bottom line. Right now, I'm not holding the phone in my hand. The phone's up there on that thing. I'm following the law. I feel much better about myself. I feel much better about the government and the state patrol. But I'm still mad at Tammy for making me do it. Y'all have a good day.